All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving headfirst into a revolution that's happening as we speak on keyboards all around the globe. We're talking about generative AI. And it's not just changing how we use tech, it's completely rewriting the rulebook for the very people who build it, software developers. Okay, let's get into it.
So let's just cut right to the chase. This is the big one, isn't it? The question that's on every single developer's mind, whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned pro. It's a question that's packed with a whole mix of emotions. Excitement about what's possible, but also a little bit of anxiety about staying relevant. And today, we're going to answer it with some hard data.
And we're going to start with a number that really sets the stage for this whole conversation. 98%. Just let that sink in. That's how many software companies are already using generative AI. This isn't some niche futuristic tool anymore. Nope, it is a standard piece of equipment in the modern developer's toolkit. The revolution? It's already here.
So first up, let's talk about how AI actually showed up to the party. We're not talking about some distant future here. This is what's happening right now. AI is being woven into the entire fabric of the development process, from the very first idea all the way to the final deployment.
And this really shows you just how deep its influence goes. I mean, sure, code generation is the big one at 72%. No surprise there. But look at everything else. More than half of companies are using it for really complex stuff like testing, debugging, and even high-level system design. It's even getting into creative UI/UX work and tricky DevOps automation. So you see, AI isn't just a helper anymore, it's basically becoming a full-stack partner in the process.
So what does this massive change actually mean for day-to-day work? Well, this is where we get to the good news, and believe me, it is really good news. We're talking about an absolutely massive productivity supercharge. It's empowering developers and whole teams to build better software faster than they ever could before.
And wow, this chart just says it all. This shows the pull request cycle time, which is basically how long it takes for a chunk of new code to get reviewed and approved. Without AI, you're looking at a pretty long 9.6 days. But you bring AI tools into the mix, that time plummets to just 2.4 days. That is a 4 times faster development speed. That's incredible.
And it's not just about how fast the team moves, it's about you, the individual developer. The data here is crystal clear. Developers who use tools like GitHub Copilot are getting their work done 55% faster. Just think about that for a second. Imagine finishing your to-do list in nearly half the time. That's the kind of power we're talking about.
And let's just zoom in on GitHub Copilot for a second to really understand the scale of this thing. We're talking about over 15 million registered users. And for the average person using it, AI is writing almost half of their code, 46%. And what's even crazier is that developers aren't just getting these suggestions, they're trusting them. An 88% acceptance rate, that's just a massive vote of confidence.
Now, all this speed and efficiency isn't just making old jobs faster. It's literally creating brand new ones. We're seeing the rise of the AI-assisted developer, someone who's a master of these new tools, the prompt engineer, who's an expert at talking to AI, and the AI system integrator, who figures out how to plug these powerful models into the bigger picture. The job isn't going away, it's evolving.
Okay, but that's only one side of the coin. This huge wave of change is also bringing some pretty serious challenges and risks that we absolutely cannot ignore. So now it's time to look at some of the warning signs that are flashing.
And this number, well, this one is a bit of a gut punch. -50%. Since 2019, hiring for new tech graduates has been cut in half. And let me be clear, this isn't some temporary dip in the market. It's a deep structural shift, and it's directly tied to the automation of the exact tasks that junior developers used to learn on.
Right, so the key thing to understand is why this is happening. The tasks that are most in danger are the routine, repetitive, entry-level programming jobs. The prediction from industry experts is that these types of roles could be almost completely automated in the next 10 years, which would totally change how people get started in a software career.
And the risks aren't just for individuals. The companies themselves are worried. As you can see here, their number one concern at 57% is skill atrophy and becoming over-reliant on AI. They're afraid of creating developers who can get an answer from an AI but can't solve a truly deep problem themselves. And right on its heels are major worries about the quality and security of AI-generated code and, of course, data privacy.
Okay, so on the one hand, we've got this incredible productivity boom. On the other, we have some serious risks to careers and to quality. So where in the world does that leave us? Well, that brings us to our final and most important section: what it actually takes to be a future-proof developer in this new age of AI.
The most important concept to grab onto here is this idea of T-shaped skills. It's not enough anymore to just know one thing really, really well. Think of the letter T. That horizontal bar at the top, that's your broad knowledge across a bunch of areas: AI, DevOps, system design. The vertical bar, the stem of the T, that's your deep, specialized expertise in one specific programming language, or, even better, a specific business area. So, what does it look like to build out that T for yourself? Well, here's your roadmap. It all starts with mastering your technical fundamentals. That's non-negotiable. From there, you build deep AI literacy. You really have to understand these tools. You practice prompt engineering. You start shifting your focus away from writing single lines of code to thinking about the entire system architecture. You develop real expertise in a specific domain, like finance or healthcare, and you double down on those soft skills that AI just can't touch, like communication and critical thinking.
This slide really brings it all home, doesn't it? The core value proposition of a developer is shifting. Before, it was all about your raw coding proficiency. Now, it's about how well you can leverage AI tools. It used to be about your debugging skills. Now, it's about solving problems at the entire system level. And the days of the lone expert coder in the corner are over. The future belongs to people who can work across different teams and collaborate.
When you put it all together, it all boils down to this one core message. The arrival of generative AI isn't some extinction event for developers. It's a powerful, urgent, and honestly exciting call to evolve. The ground is shifting under our feet, and the best, most rewarding careers are going to go to the people who evolve with it. So, we'll end by turning the question right back to you. This isn't just about technology. It's about your career, your skills, your future. The tools are here. The roadmap is clear. The only question left is, how will you evolve?